streams have turned to a bunch of dust clouds. Get my nerve up, but my past is pulling me down. Wondering how long black sheep gonna stick around. Somebody told me once before, he said you can never go home again. Won't you leave? Tell me things to steer me away, yeah, from the truth of who I am and what I believe. Hey, no rapping. How am I feeling? I'm feeling like shit. But the show must go on, people. The show must go on. You can take a man out of the theater, but you can't take the theater out of the man. So I'll be a little grovelly tonight. I am well medicated. I am well teed. I am well rested. And I might last half an hour. We'll see how long it goes. I should be able to get at least an hour in. It's a little crackly, the old voice, huh? Champ, on the other hand, very excited to be singing tonight. He was going at it. Still torturing his dog. Exactly. He loves it, man. The minute I hit the guitar, the tail goes. And he just goes, boo. He loves it. Oh, man. Like and share. I support that, Lunatic. 184 people in here. Good Lord, people. Welcome. So my name's Kyle Shannon. As some of the people have intimated, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, but it was good. It's, this, if there's going to be a week that you're going to get forced to take a break, this is the week to do it. So I've been sleeping a lot, but this is the AI Learning Lab. So hopefully, if you're here, that means you're curious about this stuff, and maybe you're here because someone in your family's been driving you nuts. You should check out AI. You should check out AI. And then maybe you're here because you're one of those annoying people in your family going, you should check out AI. You should check out AI. I am actually curious. So do me a favor. If you've got questions about AI, pop them in the comments. But I would also love to hear, has anyone gotten someone over the fence? Any family-related Kevin McAllister moments where you showed some people AI? Would love to hear those stories. I think we might do that in the salon. So next Tuesday, a week from tonight, is the next AI salon, and I'll talk about the salon. But next Tuesday is the salon. So I think we'll do some combination of, family gathering reporting. Let's like and give Kyle some love, y'all. Oh, that's so sweet. Be not afraid. I appreciate that. Yeah, if you want to share this so you can get some more people in here, if you want to get Carpal Tunnel doing the like thing, that'd be great. Feel free to follow the channel. But yeah, I figure for the salon, it'd be good to do a what are you excited for in 2024, and what experiences did you have over the holidays with AI and people thinking you're a weirdo? Yeah, my eyes are not looking. They are not looking healthy. I shared pie with my Uber driver, and she was amazed. She downloaded it right away. It's one Uber driver at a time. Every Uber driver has a family. That's awesome. That's awesome. How'd you bring that up? Hey, do you have a virtual companion yet for when you're bored in your car? If you think Uber drivers are obnoxious now when they call their friends and family, how about when they're talking to Pi the whole trip? That's pretty good. I like it. Oh, man. I enthralled and or alienated 12 friends and family at the winter solstice party. Frumple, that is perfect. That is perfect. And here's what I know. The ones who you alienated, they'll be back, right? They're just scared. Everyone's scared. There's some anger, there's some fear, and there's curiosity. And if you can disarm this stuff, what I think everyone in here is discovering with AI is that it is significantly more empowering than it feels on the surface. There was a really good source camp from in here, Kelly Camp, posted on LinkedIn today, a beautifully written piece about how she's rediscovering her inner creativity child, this freedom of creativity. Thank you, Be Not Afraid. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And she's rediscovering it because of AI, because it's, it can give her a leg up on some of the skills stuff that she might not have had, but it's allowing her to self-express in ways she couldn't have imagined. And it was really beautifully written. And that seems to be a consistent experience, is that when you get into AI, it's less scary than you think it is. It's more empowering than you think it is. My response to Kelly's post today was, when I first learned about AI, where I immediately went is that, this is going to be great for efficiency and productivity. And I went to automations and Zapier and I did all that sort of shit. And what I've learned is that it is so much more profound than that. Cosmic Lover, I'm at the movies and sneaking in my ear the AI learning lab. I was using voice on my phone and she was curious to know why all the different voices, what all the different voices meant. That's really awesome, Cam. Do you have multiple personality disorder? Or are you just happy to see me? Oh no, it's pie. That's awesome. Oh man. There was a lot of anti-AI talk at Christmas dinner, so during dessert I extolled its virtues. Oh, you let them get it out during the turkey consumption, and as they got all tryptophaned out, then you hit them with, here's why it's good. That's awesome. Did you get anyone to the other side, Lunastick? That's really funny. It's so here's a question for those of you that dared to talk about it in the family gatherings. When there was resistance, did any of the people who were anti-AI, had any of them actually used it? I am assuming. Where's your fucking mask? I know, Joker. It's right there. It's on my Funko Pop. It's funny. So we've been isolating in the house, right? But I was the fourth one to test positive. So once I tested positive, they're all walking around with their masks going, you got to keep isolating. I'm like, why? We're all positive. Like, there's no need at this point. We have successfully completed the cycle. Lunatic, my in-laws don't understand it, but they see how alive I become with it. Interesting. I'm normally pretty quiet. Yeah, fascinating. Yeah, because it's once you sort of get it's the red pill thing. Once you kind of see what the world can be like, what the world's going to be like, it's hard not to talk about. It's hard not to get excited. Yeah. Yeah, hearing you talk about it, Lunastick, on that call last week was really cool, because it was like, it feels like it's unlocked a bunch of things for you, and that's what Kelly said today in that LinkedIn post. Yeah, my Funko Pop has the Johnny Cupcake's sugar skull, the pasties skull shirt on. Isn't that the best? I forget who somebody made a GPT, the Funko Pop GPT, So you can just make a GPT of anyone you want. Isn't that awesome? Oh man, Doctor Awkward joined. Perfect. You'll fit right in, Doctor Awkward. That's what this channel is. Nothing, but this channel is just a series of awkward moments, one after the other, that I try to break up with. You can make money with ChatGPT. He froze. When I switch cameras, it freezes. That's just TikTok's fantastic memory management. Welcome back, Kyle. Thank you, Nancy. Yeah, I'm still a little under the weather, still a little stuffy. My eyes are a little cloudy, as they say. His eyes weren't so bright tonight. Did you notice that? He looked a little dim. Well, he's always a little dim, but he seemed dimmer than normal. Oh, man. So, let's talk about a couple of things. What are you doing Saturday? Oh, this is nice. Sorry about that. It was kind of an involuntary snort because I'm like, I can't breathe. Okay, now I can breathe. My apologies. If I had an Excel database with info of historic mills, could I make a GPT? Absolutely. Assuming you had an Excel database with info on historic mills, you could make the Historic-Mills-GPT. I can show you how to do that tonight. I've been spitting that for a week. Yeah, I know. I promise I won't spit it, but I can't promise I won't go into a coughing fit or whatever. But here's what we're gonna do. Put some lemon in that drink. So this is emergency. So 2 packs of emergency in a lot of water. And I just had a throat coat, mentha, eucalyptus, whatever tea right before this. So I should be okay for a bit. Where do people's GPTs get stored, promoted? Okay, let's go. So let's go. So let me tell you what's going on Saturday. And then and then we'll go talk about GPTs. Why don't we go build one? We'll go build one. How's that sound? All right. Sherry D joined. Thank you, Sherry D. What's happening? Sherry D, did you make the Funko Pop thing or did Danielle? Somebody made the Funko Pop GPT. So if you go to the AI Salon, you can go find that GPT, which is super cool. How am I feeling? I'm feeling a little poopy. I made the GPT for... you made the GPT for Ted. Oh, it's Ted's GPT. Cool. All right, great. Awesome. It's a good one. I like it a lot. Yeah, it's super cool. Okay, so let me get my head back in the game here. Okay, so let me talk to you about this. So, the AI Salon is a community that I started a week after GPT came out a year ago. We just celebrated our 1-year anniversary. And we are sponsoring, along with Ann Murphy from Empowered Fundraising, we are sponsoring a 24-hour, what we're calling the GPT-For-Good challenge. So this coming Saturday. Hopefully I'm feeling a bit better. Because we're doing 24 hours, and it's a really cool format. So every 3 hours, it's either going to be Ann or I, me here and her on Zoom, teaching people how to build GPTs. And we particularly want people to build GPTs for nonprofits and then share them with the hashtag GPT-For-Good. Our goal is to build 100 GPTs for good for nonprofits. Are you Belgian? You're speaking Flemish. That's good, Ted. Thank you. Ted's always here for a solid troll. I like it. So how do you find it? If you go to the salon.ai. There's a link tree there. There's actually two links. One is just the generic link to the AI Salon. The second one is the specific link to the details about Saturday, what we're doing Saturday. So we're starting at 6 in the morning Pacific time. And then every 3 hours for 24 hours, we're going to teach people how to make GPTs. So my request is that, and let me flip over to the AI Salon. And if you go to Salon Streams and Meetings, there's an event here called the GPT-For-Good event. And here are the details. So we start Saturday, the 30th, and we go until the wee hours of the morning on Sunday. So if you're in another part of the world, there's no fucking excuse for you not to come to this thing and make a cool GPT for nonprofits. All right? So 6 a.m. Pacific, it's Ann on Zoom. 9 a.m., it's me on TikTok. Noon, it's her on Zoom. 3 p.m., it's me on TikTok, and it goes on like that. Isn't that cool? So it should be a lot of fun. So we're going to teach you about ChatGPT, about what GPTs are, and then how to build one. And you'll build one with this. This is like a hands-on. It's not like you got to go do something. You know, they have these things called hackathons, and those essentially require that you be a geek. This GPT thing is so easy that you don't need to be a geek. All right? So here's the other deal. If you already know how to use ChatGPT, if you've already made 50 GPTs like Lunarstick has, I still want you to come to this thing because you can support people that have questions. I'm only going to be so coherent and will only have the ability to answer certain questions. So it's my real hope that you can support people that way. The other thing is this. If you go to the AI Salon to get the information about the GPT Challenge, check out the salon. So it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. We support it basically with the merch store, and if someone wants to sponsor a month, that's basically how it works. So it's free for people. And so go to the About the Salon, and it talks about who we are. And basically this is like a support group for people that are curious about AI, okay? And it's a remarkable community, and it's remarkable because the people in here have particular values that if you resonate with them, these are your people, right? If you've got curiosity, if you're generous, like if you're willing to share what you're learning, even though you're like, but I don't really know anything, Kyle. But if you're willing to share that, that's an amazing thing. And everyone in here is doing that right now. It's amazing. Exploration is one of our values. Collaboration is one of our values. Like get in here and team up with someone and build something. Inclusion. People are coming from all over, right? It's not just, creative industries that are getting impacted by this. It's everyone. And so people are coming from all over. There's a lot of folks in here that have effectively retired that are like, fuck it, I'm like having fun. I'm going to go do this. And then the last value we have is empathy. Because people are afraid, right? If you've been talking to your family and people are pissed off or scared, that's what's going on there. They're scared. They don't want to be displaced. They don't know about this. So have that empathy and disarm this stuff for them. And then the other thing I would request is if you join the salon, the first thing you should do, go to the community section, and there's a little section called Introduce Yourself. Go there and introduce yourself. Be generous. But Kyle, it's scary to introduce myself. What if everybody judges me? That's the human condition. Suck it up, Buttercup. Introduce yourself. Be generous. It's not about you. It's about everyone else. And so if you let them know who you are and what you're up to, and hey, I'm just getting started, or hey, I've been in this for 30 years, or hey, I'm pretty sure that my profession is going to be obliterated by this thing. What do I do? Let us know that. There's all sorts of amazing people in here that'll support you. And then there's water cooler discussions. There's a show and tell channel. So these lives have become, oh, that's really sweet, Claire. Thank you. I've got a lot of get well things in here because I'm feeling sickly. But the show and tell channel's become like this kind of jam. Here we go. This kind of jam where as as I'm kind of making jokes and making fun of things, people are in here generating images and sharing them. There's Silver Fox when she was a brown fox. That's pretty funny. See, that's just minus the mask. That's pretty much where I am right now. Oh, man. My little cup of tea. Very nice. Oh, man. Crazy Eddie. If you were in New York in the 80s, Crazy Eddie, man. Lisa Bender, a lovely cup of bone broth. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. The thoughts, the sentiments. Sherry D made me a lovely turtle soup. But anyway, jump in here. Share some stuff you're making. Share some GPTs you've made. Share whatever. Doesn't matter. And then the other thing we got going is we've got guilds. So we've got a 101 guild. We've got an art guild, a writer's guild, a business guild. Pate's got a mechanics guild for people that want to geek out on how this shit actually works. There's a healthcare guild. There's a video guild. And we are just now spinning up an education guild headed up by Mr. K and just me and the trees. And they are going to be spinning that thing up. So I'm super excited about that. So, all right, go do that. Saturday, mark it down. There are so many slots. There are, how many is it? I'm doing 4, she's doing 4. There are 8 opportunities for you to learn how to build a GPT. And screw it, we'll go build one right now. Here's the other thing. If you have built a GPT for a nonprofit, do me a favor and share it and tell people to come here or to go to the AI Salon link for the landing page for the GPT-For-Good challenge. Share your GPT with the world and tag it GPT-For-Good and point people to this event. You don't have to work for the nonprofit, but I'll tell you what, it would be swell if you did work for a nonprofit in some way, because a lot of nonprofits right now, just like a lot of other people, are really scared of this stuff. And the whole point here is that you shouldn't be afraid of it. And the GPTs we're going to make are going to be these amazing little resource tools that will teach people about the nonprofit, teach people about the cause that it's up to, and then do a call to action for people to donate. Isn't that cool? I think that's cool. I think that's bitchin'. That's what I think. I'll leave that up on screen here. Let me go. Can I make that any bigger? Wah, 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 wah. There we go. There we go. I'll just leave that on screen for a bit. Let me go look at some comments. So if you go to the URL for that link tree is thesalon.ai. And the 24-hour GPT-For-Good challenge info, that second link, both of these links will take you to the AI Salon community, the Mighty Networks community, but that's a direct link to the info for Saturday. So anyone you know, no matter where they are in the world, we're going to have a slot that they'll be able to jump in. Isn't that cool? Is that Gary Busey? I feel like Gary Busey right now. Yeah. I got my sticker. You know what? I did too. Look. Wait, how do I do this? Oh, I can do it like this. All right. Look, I'm revealing all my production secrets. So there's my Neo Tokyo sticker. Look, there's my AI Salon sticker. Look how good it looks. It's fucking awesome. Isn't that cool? Here you can see my helmet box. There's the back of my Apple gets a spot, Neo Tokyo gets a spot, and now the AI Salon. I'm very judicious about my stickers. Not everyone gets a sticker on the back of this bad boy. Where's the... Oh, there it is. All right. A human being. I got my stickers and shirt. I haven't gotten my first anniversary hoodie or shirt yet. I got a dark shirt with the blue logo, but I haven't gotten my first anniversary one yet. I'm ready for it, dang it. But I got my stickers today. Knowledge is power, and I realized making a GPT that I'm not sure it's responsible GPT making. That's interesting. I'm curious why. Did you put something in it that might not be good? Mr. IT, I got my sticker. Nice. Love it. Joker, I need to do a final polish on mine, and I will share. Doing SEO for a national company. Very cool. We're going to do the GPTs that we're going to build for the nonprofits are going to be very, very simple. We'll build one here tonight. It's going to be very easy. One of the things that's remarkable that OpenAI did in putting these GPTs together is that you take the full power of GPT-4, ChatGPT-4, which is this multimodal beast, which if you're new to this stuff doesn't mean anything. It just means it can do a lot. It can see, it can make pictures, it can hear, it can talk. It just does a lot. It can do data analysis. It can do really crazy, writing and document analysis and coding and all sorts of things. So you take the power of that and then you can customize it for your thing. Oh, and then this question from John Hess. Where do we share GPTs? So be patient. Right now, it's a pain in the ass. There are some directories out there. Lunastick and a couple of the irregulars have shared on. There's one out of Indonesia. I forget what it's called. But there's a directory out there. We're putting together a directory for the GPT-For-Good. You can find GPTs on Google with a very specific search, which I'll show you right now. But the GPT-Store from OpenAI is coming. So that's going to be like the Apple App Store. So while you could have a directory of iPhone apps, you wouldn't want to compete with the Apple Store. That's kind of how I feel about the OpenAI Store, that all of these directories are not going to be necessary once they open their store. But we'll see. I don't quite know how it works. Joy Purdy, I want to get people's opinion on the Nonprofit Day and see if it's a good idea, GPT. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. What I would encourage you to do is bring the people along. Here's the deal with the GPTs. You can build the GPT. You don't have to share it publicly. You can let it be private. You can share it only with people who have a link, or you can share it publicly. And but I think it's important for people to understand what they are and what they make possible, because it's remarkable. Where can we find PDFs for the GPTs? I don't know what you mean, Digital Danny. What do you mean, where can we find PDFs for the GPTs? Clarify your question. I think I might know what you mean, but I don't. Oh, the missing persons one. Well, I don't know that that's not responsible. You're trying to help find people. I don't know. Possibly. I mean, listen, we're all going to have to figure out. We're all going to have to figure out the boundaries of what's good, what's bad, what's what's relevant. I think you build this stuff and you put it out there and you test it. Oh, where do you get the PDFs to feed the GPTs? Well, you can get them anywhere. So what I'm planning on doing for the challenge is every nonprofit's going to have an About Us page, and they are very likely going to have a donate page. And so with those two pieces of information, we've got everything we need for a GPT. And so in that case, I'm using the fact that ChatGPT-4 is connected to the internet as the knowledge base for the GPT. If a nonprofit or if any company or if you personally have a PDF or a text file of data, you can just upload those. So let me show you a GPT I made. This is not a nonprofit thing. Well, actually, it is a nonprofit thing. It's for a screenplay I never sold, so it's very nonprofit. It's just not tax deductible. Okay. So this GPT that I made is the Salmon Flying East Screenplay-Decoder. And so let's see. What happens in the first scene of the movie, of the screenplay? So see where it says searching my knowledge? So it's now reading my screenplay, which is amazing to me. It still blows my mind. The first scene of Salmon Flying East is set in the pre-dawn hours of Gig Harbor, Washington in 1991. The atmosphere is described as foggy, with the northwest air hanging over the glassy waters of the Puget Sound, which is exactly how I remember writing that. A white fishing boat with a blue stripe is moored in the creaking slip, suggesting a quiet and serene environment. Inside the boat's cabin, we meet the main character, Jack. He is a weathered and right. So this thing read my screenplay and pulled that out. So in this case, so any data. It could be a CSV file. It could be a marketing PDF. It could be, in this case, a screenplay. Any data can be uploaded as the knowledge base. And then look what this thing does. It generates a storyboard, a frame from the film that never got made. I mean, isn't that remarkable? And so that's what these GPTs are. If you haven't seen them, they are standalone, personalized, customized applications that leverage what ChatGPT is. And so this one is one, it's literally for you to understand a screenplay that I wrote. And you can go find this. If you go to the AI Salon, you can actually go play with this. Let me show you how to find GPTs on Google. So if we go to google.com, where am I here? There's Claude. Go to Google. Let me go to the Goog. So if you're at Google, pay attention to this one, because the whatever this is called, my brain's not working. How you write the URL is very, very specific. But if you write site, SITE, / it's this thing right here. Site, / chat.openai.com /G for GPT / site, chat.openai.com /G / and search on Google, it will show you the 116,000 GPTs that have been created. So there are tons of these things out there. And let me see if salmon flying east. Let me see if. No, I'm not in there. But I think Sin City Sipper is. Sin City. Yeah. So my Sin City Sipper. So if I typed in site chat.openai.com/g/space Sin City, it brings up the Sin City Sipper, which is the very first GPT I ever made. So that has now been captured by Google's algorithm, and you can go find it. And this one's a fun one too. Reinvent the margarita for me. And it's going to create an image of whatever this new concoction is and then give me the recipe for it. Slick, right? So you can share these things on directories out there that are made for them, but you can also just wait for, oh, that's beautiful. The Vegas pink margarita. Tequila, lime juice, prickly pear syrup for that vibrant pink hue. That's great. Triple sec ice cubes, salt for rimming the glass, lime wedge, and an edible flower. So this Sin City Sipper is it takes classic drinks and puts a Vegas twist on them. That's very Vegas-y. Look how beautiful that is. You could put that right in a drink menu, couldn't you? Can your created GPT chat box me embedded in a personal website? Not quite yet. What you can do is you could just take like a screenshot of the logo or whatever, make an image for it, and then put that image on your website that links to the GPT. I have a suspicion, this is purely speculation. I have a suspicion that when the ChatGPT store comes out, there will be ways to embed these things in your website and embed codes, and you may not even need to have ChatGPT-4 to run them. But that one I'm iffy on. I have a feeling they're going to keep people wanting to pay for them. Do you have to pay for ChatGPT? You do on Brace Sun, but so on Saturday, when we do the GPT-For-Good, what I'm also going to show is how you can do the exact same thing with Poe. You can make a Poe GPT bot. So you can effectively create the same thing without having to have a subscription. But we don't quite know how these things are going to live once the GPT store comes out. So, and making GPTs is so easy that it's much easier than making them on Poe, because Poe you still have to do a little configuration, and on ChatGPT you don't. I have several GPTs on my website page. Of course, one must have GPT for access. Yeah, I know, Source Camp. It's a drag right now, but more and more people will get access to it, and I can only imagine that they'll find a way to run these things as a standalone, like a standalone running app. Hang on, I gotta let Champ in. I'll be right back. All right. All right, all right, all right, all right. Dee. That margarita will kick out the vid. That's true. Winston, howdy everyone. I see I'm a bit late. You're right on time, Winston. You're always welcome here anytime you show up. Emilio's wife, on the other hand, she has to be on time. Did she even make it tonight? She was talking like she was going to be here. I don't know if she's here. I don't know what's going on, man. All right, let's see. She's worried for you, Kyle. I appreciate that. I'm not going to go much longer. I think what I might do is just show you how to make a GPT here. We'll sort of tee things up for Saturday. Sorry, she's not giving you anything, Kyle. Kyle could be in a hospital bed and would she'll still show up for us. It's probably true. Yeah, luckily my symptoms are kind of mild. I'm just, it's just like a bad cold. It's an annoying bad cold, but it's a bad cold. All right, so let's go do this. Let's go make one of these things. All right. So how do we do this? So, if you have not played, what's happening Saturday? Oh, Kavruno, you don't know? This is so cool. So Saturday, we are doing a 24-hour, Emilio's wife, I was on time. All right, fine. You don't get a demerit today, but that's just because you were on time. So on Saturday, the AI Salon and Empowered Fundraiser, so Ann Murphy's group, the Ann Murphy who does the weekend GPT jams, who's also way into nonprofit fundraising, we're doing a 24-hour GPT-For-Good challenge. And so what it is every 3 hours, Ann and I are going to alternate. So it starts at 6 in the morning. It goes 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, 3. For 24 hours. I'll be doing it here on TikTok. She's going to be doing it on her Zoom channel. And we're gonna teach people how to make GPTs. And our request is that they make a GPT for a nonprofit, either one they work with or one that they just support and want to do a cool GPT. If you're doing it just for a nonprofit, you might not be able to use their logo, but you can still do something that will educate someone about that nonprofit. You also don't have to share the nonprofits, but the whole idea is you make GPTs and you share them. And what channel? How do you find out about this? So if you go to the AI Salon, if you go to that URL, there is hang on. There's a section called Salon Streams and Meetings, and in that, there's the GPT-For-Good event. And then that gives you all the info, and it gives you links to Ann's Zoom meeting and my TikTok. And so we're just going to be doing this alternating tutorials on how to do GPTs for 24 hours. And then we want to get people to share them and share them with this hashtag. And our goal is to build and share 100 GPTs for nonprofits. Isn't that cool? Isn't that fun? And this came up last Thursday. Someone just said, Kyle, you should do some 24-hour thing. And I'm like, that was stupid. I'm never doing that again. And then I had this idea. I was like, wait a minute. What if we did it for nonprofits? It's kind of like a hackathon, except we're using ChatGPT's incredible ease of use, where you don't have to be a technologist. You don't need to be a hacker. Hang on a sec. All right. Winston, I owe you, Kyle. That's fine. I take cashier's checks and gold bullion or gold buttons.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
I did a video where I said this was solid gold. and that Parker from Gold Rush made it for me. He smelted it for me, and some guy was actually like, "That's not solid gold." I was like, "Oh, good lord! All right, too soon." You don't take whiskey? I do take whiskey. I should have a whiskey. Uh, 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 uh. Winston, I feel like a loser since I told some irregulars I would send you a Christmas present and never did. You don't need to send me a present, Winston. I appreciate the sentiment, though. You were. I get some rest, Kyle. You weren't the one that said you were sending me a bottle of Blanton's. That's the only one I'm salty over. I don't think that was you, Winston. Someone came in here and said they were sending me a bottle of Blanton's. I'm like, okay, and then they never reached out and got my address. So, I do not have a mysterious bottle of Blanton's in the email, but that's all right. He also takes Blanton's. Yeah, Sherry knows exactly. Yeah, I'll get some rest here. Let me just show you quickly how to do these GPTs. So, if you go to ChatGPT, and if you've got ChatGPT-4, you got to make sure you've got ChatGPT-4. Then over on the left-hand side, you'll see, one or two GPTs, likely one called DALL-E, some things that ChatGPT's created, and you'll see this Explore button. If you click the Explore button, it'll take you to a list of GPTs you've made or used, and then here's some by OpenAI that you can play with. And the very top link is Create a GPT. So you click on that, and this is it. There's two panes. There's the Create pane, and then there's the Preview pane. As you create it, it just instantly builds it for you. And so it can be anything. Now I got to come up with fucking COVID brain. I got to come up with some clever idea. Let's see. I've got a stupid one. No, that's too stupid. Let's see. Oh, I got one. I'd like to create a GPT that asks someone about the kind of furniture they like and the era that furniture came from. And once you have enough information, you design them a piece of custom furniture. Okay. So the talking that I just did there, that's not part of ChatGPT. I'm just using the Mac accessibility thing with the microphone. I forget what it's called, but you hit the microphone button and you can talk instead of type. So I could have just typed that. But that's all you have to do. I'm going to hit return here, and it's going to updating GPT. So it right now is building us a GPT, and you'll see over here on the right, once it updates this thing, it'll populate over on the right. A creative furniture designer who designs custom pieces based on user preferences. Let's see. I want to make a chair. Sounds like an exciting project. Style preferences. Let's see. Style. Mid-century. Materials. Wood and leather. Function and comfort. Is the chair more aesthetic? Let's go aesthetic. Aesthetic and futuristic. Color scheme. Let's go with vibrant colors. Cultural historical influences. Frank Lloyd Wright. and then size and environment. Business lobby. Boom. Now it should, thank you, based on that, it's going to describe it. Design concept, the right fusion chair. The frame is crafted from high-quality durable wood, possibly walnut or teak. Seating and backrest are leather. So it's describing it all. And now it should just go, would you like any modifications? I'm just going to say, sounds great. Please make me a rendering of the chair. So that's a problem we got to fix. Now it's creating the image. Where does it pull the data from? In this case, it's just pulling it from GPT-4, which, here's the thing about ChatGPT-4, it fucking knows everything. Not everything, but essentially all of the data that they could get their sweaty little paws on, that is futuristic. It's got some sort of weird ass chair thing going on, or like leg thing going on the bottom there. Let's go. It's pretty slick. Try again, but go more minimalist. So I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to say, immediately after getting enough information about the chair, the GPT should generate the rendering first and then describe the concept. So you can update your GPT. And so here's the chair it did. I mean, that's very mid-century modern. It's not very futuristic. It kind of looks like something you'd see in an old school, but that's okay. It's going to be called Artesian Designer. We'll go fix that. But it's generating a profile picture for us now, which is kind of cool. Ooh, that's awful. Okay. Let's go. Let's call it Furniture. Let's see. Bespoke Furniture Designer. And make the image a mid-century chair. Not grandma's leather lounger. Kyle, don't forget to save it. Yeah, okay, so it's updating that, and I'm going to show you one other thing here. All right, so now it's generating a profile image. All right, there's our thing. Yeah, it's good. That's fine. So now you see our GPT's got a little chair there. It's called the Bespoke Furniture Designer. Designer creating custom furniture renderings based on user preferences. So now, on this left-hand side, I just used the ChatGPT interface. I can flip over to this other mode called Configure, where I've got the icon, the name of the GPT, the description, the prompt, the base of the prompt, and then what those starter questions are. Now, I've also got this thing down here called Knowledge, where I can upload files. So let's say that I had written a book on furniture design, or historical furniture design, or you find an old open source book on furniture design. You can upload anything you want into the knowledge base, and then this GPT can access that knowledge as its knowledge base. This is the thing that makes it really powerful. The other thing that you can do is you can turn on web browsing and DALL-E image generation and this thing called Code Interpreter, which is data analysis. You can even hook it up to APIs. These GPTs can get very, very sophisticated, but the fact that you can just talk it into existence with the use of ChatGPT as the interface makes it really, really powerful. Okay? So now we have this thing that we're decently happy with. I didn't tweak it at all, but whatever. When I say save, you can save it for only you, for anyone with the link, like if you just want to share this internally within your nonprofit, or if you want to share it publicly. If you share it publicly, the little note here says this GPT may appear in the GPT-Store. So right now, today, because there's no GPT-Store, sharing it with anyone with the link and public are effectively the same thing. But if you say public, then when the GPT-Store comes, there's a chance that your GPTs will be listed on the GPT-Store. And what Sam Altman said is the most popular of these GPTs are going to go into some sort of rev sharing thing. So
you can make money with ChatGPT.
You could actually make money with ChatGPT if you create a popular GPT. All right? And that's it. Like, we're done. Like, this exists. I can now share this. In fact, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a screenshot of this little thing, whatever that's called, the title and the image. I think that saved it to my, did that go clipboard or desktop? That's desktop. Okay. And then I'm going to go to the AI Salon, and I'm going to go to Show and Tell. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to upload the image of my screenshot. And then I'm going to go, here's a swell furniture designer for you. It's not all that swell. It's a piece of poop, but you know, we made it in a few minutes and I'm sick. Well, oh, I didn't copy the URL. Hang on. Grab the URL. Head back over here. So there's the URL. And then I'm going to hashtag it as a GPT. And I'm going to hashtag it as irregulars so we know that it's the wacky weirdos in here we're doing this for. And boom, post it. And so if you now go to the Show and Tell channel on the AI Salon, you can now go play with this bespoke furniture designer. This is fucking amazing, right? Because if you do this as like, you know, my screenplay one or the Sin City Sipper or something for your business or just a fun toy for people to play with, you can build into these a call to action. So this is one of the things we're going to do at the GPT-For-Good event, which let me put that information back up. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. If you go to the salon.ai, it'll take you here, and this will take you straight into the detail page. And so, what was I talking about? We're going to teach people something on Saturday. You make a GPT. Oh, we're going to teach you how to build into it a call to action. So what that means is this. We're going to create the GPT for the nonprofit that'll tell you about the nonprofit. It'll tell you about the cause of the nonprofit. And then after it tells you information, it's going to do a call to action to say, go to the donate page. And so you can build calls to action into these things. So you can make a really fun thing that people like to play with. And then at some point in there, do like a little ad for your business. So maybe you're a bakery. One of the ideas that came up in here, I think Sherry D put together a GPT of sugar cookies, like iced sugar cookies. Or I don't know who it was that did it. I forget who it was. But anyway, it was a sugar cookie GPT. Well, imagine if you're a baker and you gave out this thing for people to make sugar cookies. Really cool designs. And then you could say, hey, if you want these designs made, contact the bakery. So these things can be incredibly powerful. All right. Can you develop a GPT that would serve as a style guide for DALL-E? Absolutely. In fact, Barbara, I've done it. I did it for SDXL. So if you've got the criteria for how you... Oh, Be Not Afraid did the Sugar Canvas GPT. That's right. That's right, Danielle. Yeah, Be Not Afraid did it. That one's so good. And then Vicky in here does 3D printing. So Vicky said if you do cookie designs in Danielle's sugar cookie thing, she can print the cookie cutters. So it's very cool. So anyway, so yes, let's see. Something like into a fillable PDF. Is there a way for the final output to be exported? So Ugly Man, yes. If you use Code Interpreter, one of the things that Code Interpreter can do is that it can output in specific file formats, including PDF. So yes. Now, if you want it to act more like a predictable application, you may need to build an application like in something like Zapier with their interfaces feature. But if you just want to prototype something really quickly, yeah, you can have it output PDFs. On some of my GPTs, I have a prompt that says to add a call to action to visit my website. Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to teach a human being on Saturday. Is we'll do a call to action to the donate page. So that's why what we're going to do is we're going to have people get 2 URLs from the nonprofit. One is the About the Nonprofit page, and one is the donate page. I did one that gives a link to my email for the cookie cutters. Oh, that's really awesome. That's super cool. All right. Listen, my voice is going south. My brain is going south. I made it an hour, which I'm pleased with myself because I'm still feeling poopy. But hopefully you had fun tonight, even though I'm a little scratchy. Go to bed. I'm going to, Robert Rossi. Thank you. Say good night. Look, your regulars are amazing. Thank you, Lord Digital Gods. Lord Digital Gods, good day to you, sir. Thank you for the ruses. I really appreciate you all. I appreciate all of the irregulars taking care of me and wishing me well. I'm going to go do that. I'll be back tomorrow. Please spread the word for Saturday. I've done a LinkedIn post on it, and Murphy's done a LinkedIn post on it. Feel free to make TikToks about it. I'm going to make a TikTok tomorrow on it. We appreciate your dedication. Amelia's wife, rest well. Thanks for spending time with us. Thank you for spending time with me. And your insanity. Thank you, Source Camp. I appreciate the nod to my nutsness. And let's see. All right. Clint Copperhead, Steve O, Tobias, Robert Rossi. Thank you very much. Winston, good to see you. TK, good to see you. Cosmic Lovers, Mike Rowe. A lot of the folks in here. Lunastick, Source Camp. Man, this is so cool. Cam Catkin from Cleveland. Silver Fox. Rock, good to see you. Joy Purdy, it's been a while. Emilio's wife, good to see you. Ted Looks at Life. Dang, all the players are in here. Y'all are players. All right, December 30th, Saturday. Get some rest, King. I'm going to go do that right now. Peace out. Great seeing you all. And yeah, see you tomorrow.